Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the graduates of the Faculties of Art and also the Queensland College of Art. In a few minutes, the graduation ceremony will commence. The procession of dais and staff parties will enter. I will signal to you when you are to rise and remain standing until all members of the stage party are seated. May I take this opportunity to request that you turn off all mobile phones and pages, and may I also remind you that flash photography is prohibited within this auditorium. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chancellor, Ms. Lenine Ford, will now address us.
The Honourable John McCrossan, AC, Professor Roy Webb, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Griffith University Council, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. It is the custom for Griffith University and its guests to gather and celebrate the conferral of academic awards on its graduates. On behalf of the Council of the University, I am pleased to extend a very warm welcome to everyone present for this graduation ceremony. This occasion holds special significance for our graduates, This evening, in the presence of family, friends, and the entire university community, your dedication and hard work are recognized and rewarded. I would like to extend a very special welcome to my predecessor, the Honorable John McCrossan, AC, who gave dedicated service as Chancellor of Griffith University from 1988 until his retirement last year. He will receive the university's honorary degree, Doctor of the University, and will deliver this evening's occasional address. Our students graduating today from the Faculty of Arts and the Queensland College of Art will, I'm sure, make valuable contributions professionally and as responsible citizens. Griffith is widely recognized for its commitment to equity and access to community services. It is one of the largest multi-campus universities in Australia and is formed by an integrated network of 6 campuses stretching from the Gold Coast to here at South Bank on the Brisbane River. From these campuses, Griffith serves the higher education needs of its students and its related communities in the Brisbane Gold Coast region, as well as nationally and internationally. The university's commitment to the pursuit of excellence in teaching, research, and community service is embedded in its forward-looking approach that combines the best of university traditions and values with innovation. The hallmark of Griffith's activities is the bringing together of disciplines in the development of courses and research activities that meet the changing needs of society. Its activities are enhanced by the university's close links with business and the community, and the value of these links is nowhere more obvious than in the mentoring program, which provides our students with the opportunity to gain valuable work experience and industry connections. 220 students from across Griffith University are participating in this program this year. Griffith has an international approach to education and one of the most extensive networks of international linkages in Australia. Its international student population is also one of the largest in Queensland. Griffith seeks to inculcate an international outlook in its Australian students as well, who it encourages to study overseas. Last year, 70 Griffith students attended institutions overseas under the university's scholarship and exchange programs. And the university's strong commitment to internationalization has seen it win consecutive Premier of Queensland awards for export excellence. To our graduating students, may I say that now your studies are completed, you're joining an elite group. Only a small percentage of the Australian population possesses tertiary qualifications, and as members of this group, you can expect to enjoy better employment prospects and higher salary levels than people who have less education. But education not only brings important social benefits, but also a particular responsibility to work for a better world, to be sensitive and active on issues of social justice, and to be competent, ethical, and hard-working professionals. If I was asked what I would wish for the graduates, I would preface my comments by commending you on your achievements, which already signify your personal determination, energy, and the ability to make differences in your own lives. However, it takes more than determination to succeed. The building blocks provided by this university and the support of your family and friends should never be underestimated. What I wish for you individually throughout your life is good health, the support and comfort of a special person who loves you, and the courage to stand up for your beliefs. The courage to tell it as you see it, even if it is unpopular view, the divergent opinion. In addressing the young graduates in particular, in the years ahead you will change, and time, your career, and the people in your lives will affect this change. How you react will depend on your attitude. You will grow and learn and hear of things not always found in books or online. You will discover diverse aspects of the human condition, and I hope that, added to the wonderful knowledge you already possess, they will nurture tolerance and understanding. My final hope for all graduates is that your years of preparation to reach this point will be the impetus for much more work and study that will reward you with many years of happiness and fulfillment. I hope you will always give back to the world in keeping with your education and opportunities. As we continue with this evening's proceedings, I would again express warm congratulations to each of you and extend to you our best wishes for your lives ahead, and if you want it, a brilliant career. I'd now call on the deans who will present the graduates from their respective faculties who are to receive their awards at this ceremony.
Chancellor, Professor David Moss, Dean of the Faculty of Arts.
Chancellor, I present graduates from the Faculty of Arts who have been granted the following awards. Diploma of Media Communications, Tracy Avery. Susan Payton. Bachelor of Arts, Scott Allison Levick. Jodie Briggs. Scott Browning. Selina Sedia. Selina Cho. Chancellor, the next graduate has been awarded the Arts Medal for 2000 for the most outstanding academic achievement in a bachelor's degree. David Clayton. Kate Clothier. Samuel Graham. Peter Hayes. Carla Hull. Stephen Lewis Driver. Catherine Lilly. An Luong. Christian Maltby. Christian McKechnie. Caroline Mortimer. Kelly Muir. Michelle Murdoch-Smith. Emma O'Kane. John Parry. Bradley Pritchard. Judith Robertson. Gilbert Sauvage. Leslie Shanton. Angela Cinnamon. Tanya Smart. Flosafida Smith. Dale Stanley. Liam Stewart. Brendan Story. Esther Stutzley. Catherine Thwaites. Jennifer Wallace. Julie Ward. Jen Whittam. Susan Williams. Brendan Young. Bachelor of Arts with First Class Honours in Humanities, Antonia Meitner. Bachelor of Arts with Second Class Honours in Humanities, Division A, Anne Buchanan. Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Laws. Chancellor, the next graduate has been awarded the Arts Medal for 2000 for the most outstanding academic achievement in a bachelor's degree, Fiona Ring. Bachelor of Arts in Australian and Comparative Studies. Leander Gregory. Kerry Ann Peaver. Michelle Swindles. Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Applied Linguistics, Michaela Bateman-John. Sarah Cummins. Elena Geisen. Yvonne Goodhue. Michelle Harvey. Kate Huth. Ruka Matsumoto. Nikki Sito. Alison Shields. Laura Stead. Fiona Sue. Chancellor, the next graduate has been awarded the Languages and Applied Linguistics Medal for 2000 for the most outstanding academic achievement in a bachelor's degree. Lauren Thornton. Sasha Watson. Bachelor of Arts with first-class honours in Languages and Applied Linguistics, Jeffrey Gill. Graduate Diploma of Japanese Language, Michelle Harvey. Master of Arts by Research, Leslie Podovin. Master of Arts in Australian Studies, Michael Scragg. Master of Arts in Media Production, Christopher Crome. Wei Yin Yao. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates of the Faculty of Arts.
Chancellor, Professor Mostyn Bramley Moore, Provost and Director of the Queensland College of Art.
Chancellor, I present graduates from the Queensland College of Art who have been granted the following awards. Associate Diploma of Arts in Applied Photography, Peter Persson. Bachelor of Animation, Brioni Bourne. Chantal Clifford. David Payne. Matthew Tanner. Hildy Taugbal. Bachelor of Design Studies, Amalia Au. Gina Best. Kylie Blumson. Drew Burns. Kathy Chapman. Amy Chen. Martin Chies. Corey Collins. Belinda Cummings. Melissa Duncan Kemp. Amanda Dunn. June Eldridge. Sasha Finley. Catherine Grantham. David Guivant. Anne Hain. Deborah Hall. Chancellor, the next graduate has been awarded the Design Studies Medal for 2000 for the most outstanding academic achievement in a bachelor's degree. Daniel Jenkins. Kylie Jensen. Danita Johnson. Matthew Johnson. Andriane Kosasi. Benny Lamb. Wiley Lee. Ching Fen Lee. Judy Lau. Yihang Liu. Alison Longrick. Andrew Louis. Chancellor, the next graduate has been awarded the Design Studies Medal for 2000 for the most outstanding academic achievement in a bachelor's degree. Kim Lund. Brett Maley. Amanda McLucas. Julie Mills. Amanda Mollenhauer. Andrea Nissen. Michael Quinn. Brendan Redan. David Sargent. Philip Schwartz. Harmony Southern. Benjamin Thame. Carl Thompson. Stephen Walker. Elizabeth Wheatley. Crystal White. Bachelor of Design with First Class Honours, Lisa McLaren. Bachelor of Design with Second Class Honours, Division A, Raymond Koo. Grace Liu. Freddie Ng. Bachelor of Photography, Zoe Barrowcliffe. Glenn Benjamin. Isaac Brown. Sarah Chalk. Simon Demarchelier. Robert Donaldson. Chancellor, the next graduate has been awarded the Photography Medal for 2000 for the most outstanding academic achievement in a bachelor's degree. Carol Downey. Christopher Finley. Thomas Fraser. Sarah Hanson. Christian Hulse. Alan Jensen. David McCallum. Laura McKay. Louise Motby. Tracy Motby. Jerry Lee Nicolau. Sarah O'Connor. Lisa Perez. Leith Podmore. Michelle Proverbs. Gabrielle Ray. Alicia Stevenson. David Wilson. Bachelor of Screen Production, Bink Balch. Melissa Brooks. Sunny Choi. Karen Davis. Natalie Grant. Tanya Grant. Per Axel Grigor. Gregory Hackett. Naomi Hommel. Sally Johnson. Celia Jong. Faramaz Kershawaz Raba. Christy McCabe. Alana O'Halloran. Craig Proudly. Marco Sinigaglia. Bachelor of Visual Arts in Contemporary Australian Indigenous Art. Chancellor, the next graduate has been awarded the Arts Medal for 2000 for the most outstanding academic achievement in a bachelor's degree. Kelly Tierney. Bachelor of Visual Arts in Fine Art, Dane Ash. Vicky Beaumont. John Brooke. Shannon Brosnan. Lainey Burton. Rebecca Burton. Lailani Carswell. Wei Yi Chang. Oh. Maria Dascoli. Tina Duffy. Amanda Ecott. Amy Ganaway. Heidi Greenwood. Sarah Greenwood. Chia P. Lee. Chancellor, the next graduate has been awarded the Fine Art Medal for 2000 for the most outstanding academic achievement in a bachelor's degree. Kathy Leach. Drew Lockery. Jennifer McDowell. Graham McGregor. Vivian McLatchy. Kendall Monahan. Damien Nguyen. Robin Priddle. Kalisha Rigby-Smith. Kathy Scott. Amanda Searle. Bree Talentire. Emma Thiers. Katrina Van Wyck. Hilary Veal. Aidan Webb. Bachelor of Visual Arts with First Class Honours in Fine Art, Jewel Mackenzie. Bachelor of Visual Arts with Second Class Honours in Fine Art, Division A, Fiona Fraser. Bachelor of Visual Arts. Bachelor of Visual Arts in Graphic Design, Philip Radford. Bachelor of Visual Arts with First Class Honours in Photography, Dallas Blackmore. Natasha Harth. Annie Hogan. Kirsten Podlich. Bachelor of Visual Arts with Second Class Honours in Photography, Division A, Martin Smith. Graduate Diploma in Visual Arts, Shu Yin Chen. Master of Design, Desi Natalia Budhianto. Master of Digital Design, Graham Amy. Victoria, Bachelor. Pimas Chumram. Faye Fraser. Chung Yi Liu. Scott Nielsen. Master of Arts in Visual Arts, Russell Craig. Deborah Sarah. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates of the Queensland College of Art.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a brief musical interlude performed by students from the Queensland Conservatorium, Griffith University. The band is called Bonafide and the players are Mark Ham on vocals and trombone, David Spicer on piano, Lee Matthews on bass and David Cotgreave on drums.
Sit back and relax. A bit of a change of program. We've actually got Pat Marcasello on bass as well. Winner of the James Morrison Scholarship. I love throwing that in, mate. Thanks very much. I hope you're enjoying your day, and congratulations to you all. We'd like to do a Vince Jones song. Well, it's not his song, but he made it quite popular a few years ago. It's called You Don't Know What Love Is.
Don't know what love is until you've learned the meaning of the blues, until you've loved the love you've had to lose. Hey, you don't know what love is. You don't know how hearts burn until you've kissed and had to pay the cost, until you've lost the love and you have lost. You don't know what love is. Do you know how lost heart feels? Feels that no lose their taste for kissing. You don't know how hearts burn for love that cannot live, yet never ever dies, until you faced each storm with sleepless eyes. Hey, you don't know what love is. Taste for kissing. You don't know how lips burn until you've kissed and had to pay the cost, until you've lost the love and you have lost you. You don't know what love is. You don't know what love. Oh, you don't know. No. Hey, you don't know what love is. You don't know.
Chancellor, Professor Dennis Lincoln, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research, will now present candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy.
Chancellor, I will now present candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Tonight, the University is proud to honour graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Chancellor, the following graduates have been granted the degree of Doctor of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Arts. Dr. Cook discovers contradictions in the contemporary social construction of widowhood and examines the implications of this for public policy and lived experience. Chancellor, I present Dr. Marie Cook. Dr. Gopi's thesis questions the current paradigm of professionalism in nursing, arguing for the importance of local culture and the possibility of a post-professional identity. Chancellor, I present Dr. Suzanne Gopi. Dr. Marendi's thesis investigates the history of the custom-made clothing industry in colonial Brisbane and the stories of the women involved in it, using as evidence the collections of the Queensland Museum. Chancellor, I present Dr. Michael Marendi. Dr. Munro's thesis questions the popular view that the death of God theology of the 1960s represented a common tendency towards atheism amongst certain prominent American Protestant theologians. Chancellor, I present Dr. Howard Munro. Dr. Thomas urges us to reject conventional ways of categorizing art and commercial films, instead seeing them as significant individual and specific texts. Chancellor, I present Dr. Peter Thomas. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of Doctor of Philosophy graduates.
With the authority of the Council, I shall now confer the degree of Doctor of the University, and I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Roy Webb, to read the citation.
Chancellor, the Council of the University has resolved to award the degree of Doctor of the University to the Honourable John McCrossan, AC. John Murtagh McCrossan was born in Brisbane in 1930 and was educated at St Columban's College. He graduated with a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Laws from the University of Queensland and a Bachelor of Civil Laws from Oxford University. He was admitted to the bar in 1951 and was appointed Queen's Counsel in 1967. In a career spanning over 40 years, John McCrossan has played a key role in the development of the legal profession in Queensland. He was Chairman of the Incorporated Council of Law Reporting from 1972 to 1978, a member of the Bar Board from 1965 to 1978, and a committee member of the Queensland Bar Association from 1963 to 1978. In 1974, he was appointed to the position of Vice President of the Queensland Bar Association and began his term as President of the same association in 1976. He provided outstanding leadership to the legal profession through his service on the Supreme Court of Queensland, firstly as a judge from 1980 to 1989, and then as Chief Justice from 1989 to 1998. In addition to his legal work, John McCrossan has served the community with distinction through a number of organisations. He was President of the Queensland Art Gallery Society from 1978 to 1982 and Chairman of the Queensland Committee of the Churchill Trust from 1985 to 1992. In June 1993, his significant contributions to law, higher education and the arts were recognised when he was made a Companion of the Order of Australia. John McCrossan was appointed to the Griffith University Council by the Governor-in-Council in 1983. He brought to the deliberations of Council his broad legal and community experience. His periods of service as Deputy Chancellor from 1985 to 1988 and as Chancellor from 1988 to 2000 saw the emergence of Griffith as a major university within the Australian higher education system. He assumed the office of Chancellor at a crucial time in the development of the university, following the publication of the Green Paper and the White Paper on higher education by the then Federal Minister John Dawkins. The university was at a crossroad, and decisions taken by the Council about amalgamation with other institutions would shape the university for decades into the future. The Chancellor presided at council meetings which resolved on amalgamations with 4 other higher education institutions: the Mount Gravatt campus of the Brisbane CAE, the Gold Coast CAE, the Queensland Conservatorium of Music and the Queensland College of Art. Overall, the process involved a rapid and revolutionary change for Griffith, from a single campus university with less than 5,000 students in 1986 to a multi-campus university with approximately 24,000 students today. As Chancellor, John McCrossan served the university with tremendous dedication and zeal. He represented and promoted Griffith in a wide range of external forums, as well as promoting close links with the external community through formal occasions such as graduations, opening of exhibitions and the launching of new programs, schools and research centres. In particular, his support for the establishment of Griffith's outstanding School of Law was invaluable. The growth of Griffith into a broadly based multi-campus university with an enviable national and international reputation owes much to John McCrossan's commitment over a long period of time. It is fitting that Griffith University should honour John McCrossan in recognition of his distinguished contributions to the university and to the community. Chancellor, it is with the greatest pleasure that I present to you the Honourable John McCrossan, AC, for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University.
I'd now like to call upon the Honourable John McCrossan, AC, Doctor of the University, to deliver the occasional address.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduating students, ladies and gentlemen, any thought I may have had, and I say immediately that I did not have it, that people have come here tonight to hear my address, is dispelled by the sight of the rows of graduates immediately in front of me. It's the graduates in their distinctive Griffith light blue gowns who bring us here. The individual accomplishments involved in their graduation and their efforts along the way produce this occasion. They deserve and they receive our warmest congratulations. We offer our best wishes too for whatever they will now undertake. What they have achieved so far already represents success. Further success will surely follow, provided that their efforts are maintained. Nothing without striving is the truism which always intrudes itself in a context like this. As one who has seen more graduations than most on that side of the footlights, metaphorical footlights since it's all overheads tonight, I can say that a sense of the importance of this celebration of achievement is never dimmed. Graduations have a social significance for our nation as it seeks to maintain its place in a competitive world. It's to be hoped that this evening's graduates are conscious of the broad investment that's been made in their education and that they in return will respond by making a contribution in whatever ways are open to them. That is, they will make not just efforts on their own behalf, but on behalf of others too. And their responsibility is not just to contribute, but also, when they can, to lead. They should aim to spread enlightenment. Modern tertiary education has become to an extent skewed towards providing workplace skills, a degree of employment training, if you like, but still, the nature of the educative process has its capacity to impart a broader intellectual grasp. So our graduates will find that they have been turned into thinkers, perhaps in some cases in spite of themselves. All are well qualified to contribute in one way or another to the cultural and intellectual life of the nation, and all should try their hands at it. I'm gratified to have been involved in the history of Griffith University over a spread of years. I feel very honoured to receive the degree conferred on me this evening and express my appreciative thanks to the university. It has been a privilege to serve on the governing body and as Chancellor. I've seen the university grow from a small institution, a rather specialist provider of tertiary education offered in somewhat limited areas, to a much more formidable presence. There may be some who regret this evolution, but the basic realities operating in the sector, with the need to respond to the requirements of our publicly funded national system, made it inevitable. No longer, for public occasions such as this, will the university feel pressure to devise what are fundamentally defensive slogans such as "small is beautiful" and variations on that theme. The university's modern role is not to be explained in that way. It has expanded to become a major player, offering opportunities for tertiary education and research to large numbers of students from abroad and of local students, particularly in the southeast corner of the state, from Brisbane through to the Gold Coast. The university does it all the more effectively because of the resources at its command, with its larger scale of operation, adding complexity and sophistication to its academic course offerings, and with all of its 6 campuses in mutually supportive relationships with the others. It has been a very satisfying experience working with the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Roy Webb, and the administrative officers under his command in planning and shaping the university and its growth. The university is certainly indebted to him and to them. Working also with the varying group which from time to time has comprised the Council, the university's governing body, has been equally rewarding. While youth has its attractions, to grow older is not to be deprived of all satisfaction. Looking back over a career provides an interesting perspective. To look forward from the standpoint of youth makes for a different view. Full of possibilities, the future from that standpoint can seem beset with complex pathways and challenges. They might appear daunting to anyone disposed to dwell on them. In following any career, sustained effort is always the key. Interestingly, in looking back, although the path taken may seem long, the peaks noticed on the way seem largely to have vanished, and the landscape has become flatter. A life lived seems to present a more ordinary aspect. My career in law and in education has been to me a source of considerable satisfaction. Being placed to wind back a little from earlier efforts, I now find there is more opportunity to enjoy the view. It's necessary to be on guard against any exaggerated rosy glow that might descend to envelop pathways travelled. Such things, anyhow, are for private contemplation. Having exhorted the graduates to involve themselves in the larger issues in life around them and to do their bit for their generation, let me draw their attention to a matter which might provide some practice. A single, more formal topic should be permitted in a graduation address. It involves revisiting, to an extent, an issue recently before us all. My involvement with the work of the court and this university having come to an end, it cannot be thought that I'm uttering views attributable to either institution. They are in every sense personal. Since the revisitation to which I refer concerns a matter that has the capacity to arise again, it shouldn't be thought of as mere history. We will all remember the recent referendum in which we were asked to consider a proposal to become a republic with the Queen and Governor-General replaced by a President. The proposal was rejected. On both sides of the question, the motivations of individual voters would have been diverse, encouraged as they were by the proponents on one side or the other, who made use of every argument which might strike a chord and gain a vote. It has been said subsequently that the vote failed to ascertain the true view of the majority on the real underlying issue, whether the time had come to cut the tie with the Crown. This contention is one reason why the question has the potential to arise again. The Queen, it has to be said, waits patiently for us, the Australian people, to make up our minds. It is left entirely to us. Of course, it was never just a matter of some tick in the air. If the position of the Queen is to be changed, something has to be put in its place, and this involves an alteration of the Constitution in specific fashion. What was offered for our vote last time was heralded as a minimal change, but terms such as minimal can gloss over a great deal. One aspect was the way in which any president was to be appointed. The proposal was that this should be done by a specified parliamentary majority. Because of this, there was lost at the outset the support of determined direct electionists, those who insisted it was the people's right to choose their president. Some more lukewarm direct electionists, who were keen to see the royal link severed, might have swallowed their principles and voted in favour rather than lose the opportunity to achieve their more important objective. However, what I wish to refer to is a different feature of the proposed model that did not receive anything like the level of attention that was directed to the method of appointment. The proposal was that the Prime Minister of the day could at any time remove the President. This represents a major change from the current provisions of our Constitution. Some may want to argue that in practice it does not involve a significant change, but this argument should not be accepted. The Constitution can only be changed with the approval of the people, and it currently states that the Governor-General can at any time dismiss the government. All of the ministers, quote, hold office during his pleasure, end of quote, is the phrase used. It is true that what are called conventions, that is, unwritten understandings, have become established, and most people concerned with these things accept that the conventions can modify the effect of the written words. One convention is that the Governor-General acts on the advice of his Australian ministers. But while this applies in the area of everyday executive business, it is also accepted that the Governor-General has at his command more out of the ordinary, but very important, reserve powers. The Governor-General does have a role of more than that of formal significance that is governed by protocol, such as when he acts as our resident symbolic head. There are the different situations when he is called upon to act as a kind of independent referee. He, or someone, or some mechanism in his place has to have the reserve powers. To take one example, a government may lose the support of a parliamentary majority, but attempt nevertheless to cling to power. In these circumstances, a tap on the shoulder is needed, a new ministry will have to be appointed, and perhaps fresh elections called. It is true that under our present constitutional arrangements, the Prime Minister can ask the Queen to remove a Governor-General, and ultimately the Queen will act on the advice of her Australian ministers. However, you will see that this brings with it inbuilt delays, opportunities for exchange of advice, with counsel from cooler heads, and practical solutions and compromises considered. The reality is that under our present Constitution and allowing for the effect of the conventions, there is some internal tension and an area where inconsistency lurks. The Governor-General can remove the ministers, and the ministers through the Prime Minister can request the Queen to remove the Governor-General. Due to a commendable respect that has prevailed amongst the holders of these various positions, and, as it should be added, a degree of good luck, the inherent difficulty and contradiction has so far never had to be fully explored. But the point I wish to make directs attention to the potentially great difference in practical operation between an expressly stated constitutional power, as at present, for the Governor-General to remove the Prime Minister and his ministry, and the very different one proposed to be introduced under the so-called minimalist change. Under this, the Prime Minister was to be empowered at any time and at his pleasure to remove the President. This would undermine the independent standing of the President should he be called upon to exercise his important reserved powers. In practical terms, he would be made to feel directly dependent on the Prime Minister, whose power over him would be uncontrolled by any established convention. Throughout the whole of his term of office and in the course of his dealings with the Prime Minister, he could not avoid feeling conscious of his own subservient position. The position of the Governor-General at present is that of executive head, with limited constitutional powers. And this concept is something we have inherited from England. But remember that the Prime Minister there cannot dismiss the Queen. Solutions can, of course, be devised to provide protection to the position of a President against a power of dismissal exercised by a Prime Minister. However, a parliamentary vote to sanction a dismissal that has already occurred would be likely to proceed on party lines and would not reinstate a dismissed President against the wishes of the Prime Minister. What precisely brought the proposal in the referendum forward? The answer has to be that the convention which preceded the referendum did not succeed in reconciling the competing considerations that were floated during the course of it, and did not succeed in negotiating essential practical compromises to the satisfaction of a sufficient majority. In this respect, it did not enjoy the success of the 1891 Federal Convention, which managed to produce virtually the whole of our present Constitution. Perhaps the time constraints were too severe on this occasion to allow the work to be satisfactorily completed, but next time, should there be a next time, when you exercise your vote, you will of course do as you wish, but if you're disposed to support a change to the Constitution, you can either choose to support any model that provides for President, whatever the rough edges, or you could withhold approval until the detail of the model is to your satisfaction. Parliaments and governments will not be inclined to relinquish any power they already have unless pressured by widespread popular sentiment. We would all do well to remember that any model introduced would be likely to remain in place for a long time. The choice will be yours. We are fortunate that no present emergency requires panic action. Let me once again offer my best wishes to the graduating students. Congratulations for what they've achieved and best wishes for their lives ahead. Thank you.
Chancellor, it's my pleasure on behalf of everyone present here this evening to thank our former Chancellor and our new Honorary Doctor for his very interesting and memorable address to us this evening. He began with references to his time at Griffith in higher education matters. He referred to the broad investment rather, that has been made in your education, referring to our graduates, and made the point which I'm sure we would all endorse, that there may be, in addition to personal return, some return to the society that has helped to make this investment. He mentioned in referring to Griffith's history the passing of the defensive slogans such as "small is beautiful." I seem to remember arguing that small was beautiful when I was interviewed for this job, but I've had to abandon that in the course of time. And as our former Chancellor pointed out, the larger university with its multi-campus range does indeed, because of the resources that it has at its command, operate in a way that's able to be much more effective in the interests of all its communities. And I thank him for his kind remarks about the administration in which I serve in relation to myself and my colleagues. The former Chancellor, referred to being on guard against any exaggerated rosy glow that might descend when in his retirement to envelop pathways travelled. Well, John, I hope you'll not be too severe in avoiding any rosy glow. You certainly have much to be rosy about. And then he passed to serious stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not a constitutional lawyer, but I think what John McCrossan was telling us to do is to always examine the fine print. Now, this is important whether you're buying a car or buying a constitution. And in relation to the fine print that we dealt with in the last referendum, John McCrossan has drawn our attention to some very interesting matters. I have certainly found them very interesting, and I'll be thinking about them very carefully. I couldn't help thinking, as you were speaking, rather naughtily perhaps, of the relationship between a Vice-Chancellor and a Chancellor, thinking, wouldn't it be a bit of fun if in fact the Vice-Chancellor could do... No, I won't go on. Now, my last point in thanking John McCrossan is in relation to his sentence, "Solutions can of course be devised," in relation to the problem he is addressing. Solutions can of course, and I note that language, suggests it might be possible, to provide protection to the position of a President against a power of dismissal exercised by a Prime Minister. He then went on to dismiss the parliamentary vote as such a solution. That wouldn't be the way to go. What I'm going to suggest is that our former Chancellor can, in his retirement, devote his immense powers to providing a solution to this problem for the next referendum, which I must confess I hope will happen. Thank you very much, John. It remains for me to congratulate our graduates this evening on their wonderful achievements and to wish them all the best in their careers and to exhort them to join our Alumni Association. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is now concluded. When the music begins, please rise and remain standing as the Dais and Staff procession, along with the graduates, retire.